Okie dokie. Ah, baby. Yesterday at the vet. You're disgusting. How are you that wet? No offense. Hi! Guys, I'm back. Thank God. That's crazy. Good job. I'm going to turn everybody out. Try to get through some stalls. Actually, you know what? I'm going to hook 2 pregnant mares together. Won't hurt them. That will be the plan. Yes. Sorry about that. No educational videos on how I actually work with the stallion, apparently. Go, Ray Ray. What's your fucking problem? Thank you, baby girl. Hey, hi. Jesus. Peekaboo. Let's go. Out in the snow. It's a great time that I'm back because there's a lot of things that already changed here, including, as you guys will see pretty shortly, I can officially turn out Joey. Not turn him out, but I can put him out on the walker, which he enjoys. All right, big guy? Come here. So excitingly enough, so he had that pretty nasty scar mark. The sutures got pulled out, so he looks like a normal horse throat now. We're gonna put him out by himself, and I'll get a couple stalls cleaned. Oh boy, that needs to get. Frozen. There it goes. Don't do that, so well, bitch. So I'm back, Winter's back, and Joey is back to work. He got scoped yesterday. He also got his stitches pulled out. So we're back, baby. How often do I work? I have no idea. I don't keep track of that. If I did that, I'd be crazy. So the only thing is Joey does know, or he used to know, how to calmly walk around this. He clearly hasn't enjoyed the idea of clearly walking. It's kind of actually the handy thing about this is I don't have to talk to him about it. I love Joey. That's kind of fucking obvious. I paid thousands of dollars so he can breathe better. I love Joey. However, he's a hot ass horse. And if I was having to hand walk him, we would probably not love each other by the end of this. I know, honey. It's a slow walk. I had a whole thing about Joey's recovery and the fact that I would not rush his return. That's something I really don't want to screw up. I really, really love that horse, okay? He doesn't think with that other head because he's not a stallion. He's a gelding. He's just a high-natured, hyper little fucker he is. It's actually what got him neutered or gelded. Because I could handle him. I don't want to. It's not what I wanted him to do. Him unknown. We haven't gotten an adequate amount of snow since my childhood. That's global warming, whatever you want to believe in, whether it's like something that happens naturally, if you want to believe it was man-made. I don't want to get like super political or give a fuck about it. But no, when I was younger, we used to get hit with like 3-4 feet of snow. I haven't seen that in a long ass time. Last year, I think we got hit with like one snowstorm that was over a foot. So it's definitely not what it used to be. I would love like 2.5 feet of snow. That is something that is right up my alley. I'm doing well. As I just said, winter returned. Joey returned to work. We are, nice and chilly. The temp dropped a lot. So, not smoke. I'm gonna see about getting a stall cleaned. What about a dinner? I had dinner. Guys, get out of there. Yeah, a lot of people end up thinking these are my hair, not my earmuffs. Hey, Logan. So it was like 42 degrees yesterday, and it's like 16 or I don't know. It fucking plummeted. That temp just dropped. So. Because ever since you were a little teeny girl, all the heart that wanted from this whole world. Daddy girl. I wish I could read this thermometer, but when it was hitting -5 and it was still floating at 20, I realized it was broken. So let's see for 2 seconds. It is 12 degrees out. Just checked. That's nice and chilly, if you ask me. But what is the temp where you guys are at? It's a whopping 12 degrees here. 6 or 8. So pretty close. I actually really enjoy cleaning the stalls. It's very, I don't know, it's a good workout, I guess. I'm always told that I have a banger body and it has nothing to do with anything besides shoveling a lot of shit. The snow we got is actually really, really fluffy, which isn't ideal, by the way, for sleigh rides, because you just sort of sink right through it and it just sounds like you're straight up on it again. Yeah, it is really pretty, though. I'm super excited to do a photo shoot this weekend, and there'll be plenty of snow to enjoy doing it in. Doing a photo shoot to start advertising for the fact that I'm going to have the start of one-on-one clinic lesson trainings available. I think a lot of you guys know that I went to a couple different clinics recently. One for riding, dressage, which is English, and one for my ultrasounding breeding, and I figured what better way to show off what I know and help people advance in this tactic than to have the same thing going on for me. So basically, I've been working with horses, with draft horses, for 15 years, and I might not know it all. I haven't seen it all. I'm far from being Amish per se. However, I really would love to share my knowledge of driving. A lot of people ask me, do you give lessons, riding lessons? Do you do riding? I cannot stand riding lessons. I can't stand teaching riding lessons. It's not something I have any ability to teach. If you don't get the feel, I don't know what to help you with. Like, that's just, you're on your fucking own. I'm sorry. However, driving I can help with. Driving I have done plenty of. It's much more factual in my eyes. There is a little bit of feel when you're getting very specific. Later, bigger hitches. Planning that ahead is not really easy to teach. However, the facts on whether or not the harness fits, you can easily fit most harnesses to a horse. It's not like you can pinch them in the wrong size collar, but you can find a collar. Every horse can fit in a colored harness. You just have to know about that. I stay in New England for my shows. Not big enough of a group to go travel elsewhere. So I'm very excited about that. I don't like to use the term breaking. I don't want to break a horse into something. I have trained enough, okay? I'm no Clint Anderson, that's for sure. But to be able to say you train like a lot of horses, you gotta have a big budget. And want to put up with a lot of people, or put up with a lot of people. The reason I say that is because in order to have a lot of horses, or to have started a lot of horses, somehow you have found a source of a lot of horses. So, yep, pretty much go fair to fair, showing Wow, my joints are cracking in the cold. This year, because I have Lady, my cyclocross, I will be doing some light horse shows. It'll be interesting. Those will not be at fairs. Heyo, good morning. Hi, puppy cat. Not your typical OF girl because I don't have some sort of stupid company that records mine, and you can actually talk to me live. So yeah, not old, but I'm kind of beat up. It's 12 degrees out right now. So yeah, there is a lot of typical OF girls out there. There's a lot of typical blah blah blahs, but however, I think it's pretty easy to tell I'm a lot more real than other people. So. RJ, yes. Joy is out there walking around. I'm up in Vermont. So despite it being 12 o'clock, it's a holiday weekend. Did somebody just say that? What holiday's coming up? Sorry guys, clearly I did not know that. So anyhow, despite the fact it's 12 degrees outside, these water buckets aren't frozen. That's how well the horses keep the barn insulated themselves. I kind of go over a lot that I do not heat the barn. I also don't have their water heaters. Sometimes you guys have to deal with me banging the ice. The reason I don't do that is because at 12 degrees, they're still fine. And instead, if you do that, like, you're running the risk of lighting your whole fucking barn on fire. And it's like, for what? Yeah. Though, I do need to get his water out here. It's cold everywhere. Hi, baby boy. This will be interesting because on the inside it is fucking cold. Thank you. This hat is from Pro Choice. She's losing her mind. Probably. It's freezing out. What do you expect? All right. Kind of hard to measure because it's, let's see. I can't show you guys. Poor Rottweiler doesn't want to sit down and have his butthole in the snow. It's very light, very fluffy. It's not very dense snow. So it's it's like 8 inches, but it's not that. I have no idea where 81 is. Now she thinks I'm drinking in your mind. You got the only woman. Why is my face bloated? Well, probably because it's getting pinched all around and I can't move it. Good Lord. Yeah, most of my family lives up here. So it's kind of hard to like say. It's technically 4 to 6 inches, but it's like fluffy. You can brush it off really easy. It's not as temperamental as when it's like really hard, packy stuff that like clings to the trees and causes damage. It's like fluff. So. 81 goes down by Syracuse. Okay, cool. I'm not from New York, so I don't know that. Yeah, it's not a pain in the ass snow. Does anybody else get snow? Fluffy. I saw Fluffy, I'm gonna die. I think I'm gonna take the pregnant mares for a little jump, a little go around. Nobody's really gotten out lately for work because it was all ice. Actually, I've been meaning, I'm gonna make a video about how and when I can turn out the horses. I haven't been able to get them out to work. They haven't really gone out anyways to do anything because there's really not much to do. The insane amount of ice was just atrocious. At least that melted before the snow came. So otherwise this would be treacherous. You wouldn't know where to step without sliding. Jesus Christ, did you guys hear that? That was Milo. I have the burgundy maroon, but you can't really see it right now. It is 12 degrees out, and frankly, I don't want frostbite. One thing I kind of screwed up on was not covering the horse's legs in oil and yellow sulfur while they were able to be inside and stuff. That really sucks. I wish I had done that. But knowing how Vermont winters have been lately, it will just warm up and I'll be able to do it then. So good morning. No, not a lot of people miss the work of what it takes to have the horses. I personally love it. It keeps me fit, keeps me going. Animal husbandry is kind of my favorite. Like a personal little sand maze thing every day. Or as some people say, also a giant cat box. But when I was a kid, I used to pretend the cat box was a little horse stall. So, you know, it kind of depends on who you are. I'm doing well. How are you guys? Thanks for the repost. Probably gonna get a team of horses out pretty soon. It's a really nice day-ish. I actually think it's kind of nicer day than it was when it was 43 degrees out. That was not fun. The reason I say that wasn't fun was because it was raining, misty crap all day. And so you're getting like soaked and cold. And you could tell the temp was dropping. Because what I came out in the morning did not work for the rest of the day. And usually it goes the other way around. That like right now, I'm starting to overheat. But yesterday, it was like as the day went on, I was getting colder and colder, so that was really not that pleasant. Hello. Round up the chickens. I actually don't have any chickens. I put out a video about why I actually only have Clydesdales on the farm. And it's kind of a lazy reason, kind of a safety reason, kind of a mentally sound reason. And that's rock. It's a big rock. Missed the stalls? The fuck do you mean? Views are about the same, thank you though. Hello, Australia. You need to put. Benjamin, I hope there's another one. So how many horses do I own? As of right now, 13. As of right now, 11. In the spring, 13. Although there is talk about another one. Slightly astonished that none of the water has really frozen. Pretty much all Clydesdales. I have 9 Clydesdales, and those are the ones you guys really watched me clean up after and everything. But I have a Clyde Cross. I recently started posting some videos of the Clyde Cross being worked. She's going to be my main saddle horse. Hey, Logan. No, I do not put water in my stalls. That's weird. Well, that's an interesting one. Hey guys, it's Itsamandalee. Okie dokie. Moving on. If I can get 3 stalls to fit in this one, that would be kind of crazy. crossed it with a thoroughbred. We have a Clydesdale cross. It's very athletic, very sweet. She's honestly more than I ever thought that she could be. Yes, Lady is her name, and she is absolutely fucking perfect. Which is a real relief because creating her, making her was a fucking disaster. So nobody wants an off-track thoroughbred, which is astonishing because back when I was a kid, it's all I wanted. But the off-track or the breeding programs for the thoroughbreds have been making some really not so great horses. They're structurally just not great. And despite the fact Lady's mom was pretty cool, I really liked her quite a bit. I was a little bit in a distracted point of my life. Again, I kind of covered, I don't have a lot of, I only have the Clydesdale so that way I can stay a little more focused on what I'm doing. At the time, that Lady, I was breeding for a Clyde cross. I had 2 Percherons, a paint, like 4 stallions, or 4, Jesus, no. Okay. At the time that I was breeding Lady and I wanted to breed Clyde crosses, I had 2 off-track thoroughbreds. I had like 4 or 5 Clydesdales. They were all different age ranges. I had a Percheron and I had an APHA paint filly. So basically I had a little bit of too many other things going on. I had like a fucking smorgasbord, okay? It was very distracting and it wasn't a great time for me to have had everything going on because then nothing's going on. You got too much going on, you get nothing done. So, that was really not a good thing to do. It took a little bit of maturing and I realized it wasn't worth it. So, these earmuffs are wild. Yeah, they're fox. So I realized it was not worth constantly having like all of these random horses, random breeds. I wasn't getting a lot of riding in, wasn't getting a lot of training in, wasn't really accomplishing anything with anyone. And it was a disaster. Not a complete, but it did end really bad. So one of the thoroughbreds, ironically, was named Liability. Liability, I absolutely adored. I just realized I didn't have time for all of this, okay? I didn't have time to have 5 riding horses on top of trying to build a hitch. So I decided to offer them for sale, and it was the most painful thing I have ever done. You can't sell an off-track. It sucks. So, anyhow, finally get her sold. Lady comes out of her mom in a red bag situation that is absolutely awful. It's when the placenta is coming out first, the mare is detached, the foal is technically trying to breathe on its own while still trapped in its mother. We pulled her out, somehow saved her in time. About 20-something, 50-something days later, 20 days later, we got a message from a woman saying that, like, Liability's not working. And I was like, well, I sold her to you, like, almost a month ago. I don't know what to tell you. Like, you didn't have a month trial. You bought the damn horse. And the next time, then, like, 50 days later, I had to put her down. And the other one. Passion for Clydesdales is actually the fact that I think I ironically said that I would never have Clydesdales. So, Lady's born, red bag. I get a message that it's not working with the Liability Lady. She wants to return her. I'm like, that really sucks, but like, not gonna happen. She attempts to say she's gonna sue me, which is bullshit because I had a lot of heavily documented that I enjoyed riding the horse, and I had used her for a lot of things. I sold her as is. It wasn't a huge ordeal. And yeah, she goes to tell me she's going to sue her, all of these other issues. She's just going to drop her off at my house, all of this other shit. And I was like, that's just not going to happen. You can bring her back. I will not pay you. You cannot sue me. If you sign the paperwork that says all of this is to execute the animal myself, which I did, it really sucked. I really liked that horse. Some woman ruined her in about 30 days, and I had to be the one who took care of her from there. Then proceeded to have an issue with the fact that Lady's mom, Factor, was starting to have a lot of issues. Factor got colon contortion is what it's called. Basically, the guts of a horse were trying to return after having a baby, and they did not return the way they should. Instead, they twisted like a balloon animal and popped and were killing her. So, that's the beginning of Lady's life. Lady also cut her eye during that time. It was a rough year. So I have just Clydesdales, so that way I can keep life a little more simple. My other horses are off on leases, so I can relax. Big Bart. Hey! Wish me luck. Milo! Hey. Come here. Come here. What the big Bart's for? Don't even know this time. Sillies. I have no idea what they were barking at. It's okay. Well, welcome. Shoveling some horse chores in the 12-degree Fahrenheit temps. This horse shit underneath it. It is 12 degrees out, and so it's a tidbit nipply, but it's not bad. It snowed, so it's really pretty. I only speak English, and that's not really how you spell Farrier, but that's okay. I am working on learning. I do certain parts and pieces of the situation to make it easier. I think especially when you've gotten to the point that I have, which is that I have 11 horses, you should definitely have some sort of knowledge on how to get a shoe on and off a horse. Not going to say I'm perfect at it by any means. I will say that I have who I believe is the top farrier, and I'm very thankful for him. And he is helping me out. And I'm helping him out. So. What would be really awesome is that he supposedly is getting assistant. So if we could all just assist to get through the horses faster, would be the most ideal way to spend the day. He was just by, so I won't see him again for like 6 more weeks. I'm not in West Texas. It's not right, but I'm in Vermont. Farrier. I do not smoke. That's all vapor. I have 9. Yeah, Andrea, it was really rough. Sorry, I didn't see what the conversation was. Yeah. It's all good in the hood. The hood is, though, however, a bit frozen. I am in Vermont, where it's nice and 12 degrees out. I do not vape. I do not smoke. I don't smoke anything, by the way. I know I'm in Vermont. People think that's typical. I don't smoke. I don't smoke. I don't am not going to make it heavier by adding that. Yes, it is cold. Not vaping, not smoking. Just breathing. And yeah, if I end up coughing, it's probably because I keep playing with my breath and it's freezing it. Horses' names: Striker, Bailey, Vivian, Raina, Ellie, Finley, Joey, Roxanne, Tilly, Lady, Addie. All the way. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't ever want to have a kid. I love kids, don't want one. Even when all the fluffies are out, I like to end up closing the door because it keeps whatever heat is in. You guys can also probably see up in the skylights. Lets in a little bit of sunlight to warm things up. And just sort of prevents a draft. My back is significantly better. However, I do have a major issue with my Lyme flaring up right now, which has not been fun. I have Lyme disease, and it's making it a little difficult to get through shit. That's okay. I can't get my thing to play another music. I got a lot of trolls. It's definitely true. That's okay. Trolls happen. I would personally rather be a fairy, but oh my god, that song is going to be stuck in my head, and I don't think I honestly know the lyrics that well. Thanks, guys. The boys are chatting tonight. What's up their ass? do. I don't know, you can enjoy what it's like not having a horse because you know what it's like to have a horse by watching me. Don't dance. 20 degrees. A little bit warmer. Ooh, that's fun. Okay. So you actually permanently kind of have Lyme once you get it. So I am in Vermont. Yes, I do, for 7 a month. Very affordable. Very fun. Okay, I'm gonna log off now, as I am going to end up going to get some stalls done stuff, but I'm gonna make some shorts, as those are kind of the fun thing to do and keep track. Plus, this has got to be getting old. So, you get Lyme from ticks. So, or at least it gets activated by ticks. It's all really kind of difficult to understand, if I'm being honest. But, toodaloo for now. I'm glad to be back, and can go live, so that's always awesome. But, oh my God, I can't fucking work my phone. Okay, that works.